Guys, how's it going? It's Al. Week 11 on DraftKings. I have 5 of my top stacks, including my highest graded stack of the year. I have not seen a stack that grades out this high on projections. And when I say stack, I mean double stack, because that's how I play the game. I'm not trying to win some of the money. I'm not trying to just sneak in there. I'm not trying to min cash. I want to put all my eggs into one basket, and I want to double stack and bring back, because that is what the majority of the teams that finished in the top 100 and the top 1% of the Millionaire Maker do. And they do it 2.5x times more than the entire field. So if you want to sneak into the top part of the tournament and you don't care, like, tournaments should be played with a Ricky Bobby style approach. If you're not first, you're last. All of the money is in the top 5. So you have to be able to do what you have to do to be able to get there. Now, I'm only going to talk about 5 quarterbacks on this video today, but if you think that you want to play a different quarterback, go ahead. I don't care who you play. I care how you play them. If you think that a quarterback is going to be viable for tournaments this week, make sure that you're double stacking that quarterback and using somebody from the other team, because that will put you in the best position to finish all the way up top if they have that 30+ point fantasy day. Don't worry about the median. Don't worry about the likelihood. Trust does not ever come into play. Mike White has won the Millionaire Maker this year. I believe that Washington's quarterback has won the Millionaire Maker this year, Heineke. So if you think that a quarterback can have a 30+ point day, you have to have the receivers that are going to go along with them, because it's going to differentiate your entire lineup from the field and keep you under that 130% mark that you want to be cumulatively with the entire percentage of your lineup. So thank you guys for being here. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell. We're going to take a look at these 5 stacks that I've got and how to plug them in to the Rotogrinders lineup builder, as we do every Thursday. So leave me a comment down below with a stack that you love this week that I did not mention, and let's go.
He's a legend.
As I said, our Top Stacks video every single Thursday is brought to you by the fine folks over at Rotogrinders.com. So go check them out. You can use the promo code smizzle. The link smizzle.tv/Rotogrinders. It's right down below. Or you can just use promo code SmizzLife at checkout to let them know that this is where you came from. Tell them Smizzle sent you. That was the lamest thing I've ever said. Whatever. Let's move on to the Smizz Gang Listener League. Almost 1,000 people in this one. It's bigger this week. 3,250 people in total are going to be running for this. $10 entry fee, 3 max, no rake. Great place for you to practice your lineup building techniques for tournaments, and in a safe space with no rake, where you don't have to worry about, beating extra people in the field. 100% of the money that is deposited into this tournament gets paid out to our users. If we fill it, it will stay the same size and maybe get bigger as the season goes along. Smizzle.tv/league. There will be a link in the description down below. It's the same link every week. Just type that or bookmark it and you'll get there. The Cincinnati Bengals are the team that I said before was the highest rated stack from the way that I grade my double stacks on the year. It may be somewhat popular, even though Joe Burrow is projecting currently for a very low percentage in tournaments. There's other routes that people are going to go. I think Higgins is going to have a good number on him. People are going to try and find their way off of him. Jamar Chase is a pay up to be contrarian type of option this week. But Burrow has basically thrown for 3 touchdowns 4 times this year, and multiple touchdowns in every game except for the game against Cleveland in week 9. They have a bye week to prepare for Las Vegas, who basically just does what they do. They're 3 deep zone, and they allow you to pick them apart at certain spots. Now, they've been a difficult matchup somewhat for opposing quarterbacks in terms of limiting, but Burrow and this offense, I think, are too good and too dynamic to be stopped in total by Las Vegas in a weather controlled situation. Exactly what we're looking for in mid to late November and on. Burrow and his pass catchers are fantastic. Taking a look at the pass catchers that he has, this is the other part of this stack that I really, really like. It's not like they're going 5-6 deep when it comes to their pass catchers. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins at 21.35. Tyler Boyd will be the contrarian play from those wide receivers. You can mix in some CJ Uzomah at his about 10% of the market share. Probably not going to be running Joe Mixon in these stacks. So you're looking at 4 guys with a heavy weight on the top 2, with T. Higgins being a very good value play. So heading over to the Rotogrinders lineup builder, the lineup HQ, if you will. We're going to build this group. We're going to use exactly 2 players from it. I'm going to X out basically everybody except for those 4 players that we talked about. And this is going to be where we're at. As you can see, Chase, Boyd, Higgins, carrying somewhat of a percentage in tournaments. Uzomah is the contrarian play at 1.5 projected. All of those are subject to change as the week moves along. Our second stack, this one is going to be, I feel, the most played stack, the most popular stack, and probably the most obvious stack, as Patrick Mahomes, Mortimer, we're back. 5 touchdowns against Las Vegas last week. Now he gets Dallas in the highest totaled game of the week, with expected to be a very competitive game. You know who you're going to stack him with, right? Like, we know where the ball's going. Like, you've got Patrick Mahomes, and it's probably not that hard with the way the pricing is this week to just do that and that. And I think that's where people are going to go more often than not. Tyreek Hill has been amazing, and it's a great matchup for him this week against Dallas, who has given up a lot of long touchdowns and completions on deep throws. Anchor bias is going to lead us to, well, you know, their PFF grades their cornerbacks is very good, and they do. And early in the season, Diggs was intercepting everybody, but like, none of that matters when you consider the overall a defense is comprised of 11 players who do specific things schematically, and they do give up the deep ball a lot. And guess what? Tyreek Hill, that's kind of a skill of his. Now, Kansas City, between Tyreek and Mahomes, have not connected. They have been trying to get him the ball deep. They just haven't connected much this year, aside from like week 4 against Philly, another team that's difficult to score points against with outside receivers, but he tore them up. This does look like a week where Tyreek is going to carry a lot of percentages with him. Travis Kelce, 25% market share for a tight end is ridiculous. Mecole Hardman, he's out there running wind sprints, so at least there's that. There's just not much else to go with. You're going to need a touchdown out of one of them. Robinson, Pringle, Hardman, all kind of splitting that opposite side duty, and none of them really doing exceptionally well with it. You would hope that somebody would stand out. I think Pringle's a better receiver and Robinson's a better receiver than Hardman, but Hardman is doing something that is keeping himself on the field, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can actually do something against a team that matches up with his particular skill set in allowing long touchdowns. So you can leave Pringle, you can leave Robinson, weight them however you want to weight them, or Gordon or Hill or Hardman. I'm probably not going to have Gordon in that lineup. Hardman could blow things up at 4K if he does catch a long touchdown, but as you see, really nothing on these guys in terms of projected percentage, and less on Kelce than I think it will be. I think Kelsey's going to be up around 15 to 20% by the time kickoff rolls around, and they got Tyreek at 12. I think he's going to be higher than that as well. Absolute smash spot for him and for them. Josh Allen, another pay up to go get him, double stack in this spot. Look, we've talked about this multiple times this year. Josh Allen is going to have, over a course of a 17-game season, I think it's pretty realistic to say that 5, 6, or 7 times Josh Allen's going to have 30-plus fantasy points, right? 40 here, 39 here, 32 here, 29 here is very respectable. Yes, he can add it with his legs, but like multiple touchdowns in all but 2 games. Always has that 4 touchdown upside, 300-yard upside, and it's very easy to pair him with his pass catchers, considering, again, the consolidation of targets between one Stephon Diggs, who is clearly the alpha, Cole Beasley running a lot of the underneath routes, does better against zone than he does against man, Emmanuel Sanders with his highest ADOT in years, and when healthy, Dawson Knox is very viable in this spot. I like the condensed, consolidated target trees because it leads to easier double stacking and provides us with a closer route to getting there. So I'm not going to include the running backs in my Allen stacks. Assuming Knox is back at 100%, we're going to be using him. No Kumaro, no McKenzie. I know that Gabriel Davis can catch a touchdown here and there, but he does not get enough volume for me to want to include in that double stack. So it leads me to this, which there's only one guy that's projecting in double digits out of this quad. So you can get different with a very chalky, high projected quarterback with, a ceiling of 35 to 40 fantasy points. And when he gets there, he drags 2 receivers or pass catchers along with him. Absolutely love Josh Allen this week. If you have not taken the time, take a look at our charity fundraiser that we're doing, trying to raise $25,000. We have just crossed the $20,000 mark on the season. No Kid Hungry is our charity of choice here on the channel. Every $5,000 I will match, and our next match at $25,000 is another $10,000 from me. If we can get $25,000 raised from the community, that will total $40,000 in matches from myself, meaning that we have done an amazing thing and in raising $65,000 for hungry kids across America. 1 in 6 kids suffers from food insecurity, and us, the Smizz Gang, you, yes, you, the person that did not fast forward through this segment of the video, you're a freaking hero. So thank you very much for watching the content. If it has helped you at all over the course of the season, making you a better player or helping you win money, please take a couple of seconds. Every dollar helps. Smizzle.tv/charity, and let's feed them kids. Derek Carr is the value quarterback of the week. For me, there is 2 of them. Okay? There's 2 of them that I think are really, really solid for double stacks. There's another one that's very chalky that I don't think I want to use in tournaments for a couple of reasons, and it's Cam Newton. I think he's fine. He definitely has a ceiling. You can use him. It's just tricky to stack him. The floor is difficult. Obviously, the Ricky Bobby approach being what it is. I think that Derek Carr certainly has a ceiling here against Cincinnati. And he's been quite good in spots this year. And with losing Henry Ruggs in this spot, we've seen it for a couple of weeks. His target market share is going to look a lot different than what we see on NFL Savant. You have a couple of places you can go and get exposure to Cincinnati on the way back. You can use these as secondary stacks as well. And apparently I'm the worst stream in the world because I did not click Las Vegas on this one to make it easier on myself. Renfro at 5,800. He does what he does. He gets a steady stream of targets, especially on third down, getting a lot more usage inside the 10-yard line recently, but he's the fall guy. He basically just catches the ball and falls down. Very consistent, but not very many bites at the apple at a ceiling with him. Edwards, though, does give you those bites at the apple. Very consistent in his usage and a bigger target when they get around the goal line. Zay Jones, Deshaun Jackson, whatever. The best play, Waller. The most yards that Cincinnati gives up and the highest completion percentage that they give up. 7th in the league in completions on passes between the hash marks. That's where all those guys kind of roam. Waller and Renfro. You can get outside with Edwards to be a little bit different, but basically these are the 2 guys that are going to see the most bit of targets there. Brian Edwards, Ruggs is gone. That clears up maybe a little bit of room for Edwards to eat up some more targets with him. Josh Jacobs is going to eat up a little bit more as well, and maybe Zay Jones catches more than the 8 balls that he has all season. And when they get into the red zone, again, it's basically Renfro and Waller. That's where they're going, with Edwards taking a massive bump recently in terms of red zone and end zone usage. So heading back over to the lineup builder on the lineup HQ, we're going to make this very simple with our Raider stacks. Again, I love the consolidated, condensed target trees. It makes lineup building a whole lot easier. Nobody's going to be on these 2 cats right here. Very easy to sprinkle them in. A side of Waller, a side of Renfro. I'm probably not going to use an Edwards, Jones, Jackson double stack because I think that's probably too thin. Every lineup that has CARR, any one of my CARR double stacks, is going to have one of Waller or Renfro as the lead guy, and then bring it back with one of those great Bengals receivers. And the one guy that other people may not want to get after, Tua Tagovailoa. We're going to attack him this week. 5,500. I know, again, the 5th one always makes you guys vomit a little bit. It comes up like to here. I get it. But it's the freaking Jets. And if everybody and their mom is going to be on Myles Gaskin, okay? If everybody and their mom is going to be on Myles Gaskin, then the easiest way to leverage that, because the Jets' run defense is horrible, but their pass defense the last 4 weeks has also been horrible. And there's nobody to throw to. With the injuries to Parker and Fuller not being there, it's basically Gesicki and it's basically Jalen Waddle, the league leader in terms of rookie catches so far this year. All of the market share of targets is going to both of these guys. They certainly have downfield ability with them. You don't have to have a lock button Tua, but in order to to kind of leverage all the plays that are going to be on Myles Gaskin. And if Parker plays, you can play him. If he doesn't, don't play him. It's very simple. You don't have to do all that much. That leads you to what we wanted to get, which is leverage over the field that is going to be all over the plays going against the Jets run defense. So erasing him. If you want to leave Gaskin in there, that's fine. If I'm going to be playing Tua stacks, it's going to be to leverage Gaskin and his percentage. And like, you can just cut this all the way down and play very simple double stacks with these three dudes right here. Preston Williams also getting a good amount of end zone targets recently, anytime that Parker is out. So that's basically it. It's real simple, guys. Get after it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell. But just play Joe Burrow. Bye.
He's a legend.